Astana is the center of global attention this summer. The young Kazakh capital is hosting an international specialized exhibition focusing on future energy. Astana Expo 2017 is bringing together over 115 countries and 20 international organizations to find joint sustainable development solutions. Stay with us and learn more about the fascinating and state-of-the-art smart and green energy technologies that are showcased at the exhibition. Italy is presenting a large pavilion at the Expo 2017 in Astana. The visit to the pavilion is a journey that entails passing through the 4 piazzas, highlighting the peculiarity of the Italian approach to the theme of the Expo by sending an important message and providing informative multimedia content. The key words of the pavilion are history and ingenuity, the main elements of the Italian approach to the topic of energy.
The main message will be to present the experience of a country poor in resources from hydrocarbons, and so the experience of how to make the better use and the best use of the available resources, which are mainly renewables like air, solar or geothermal. So the title of our concept is exactly that. The title of the concept is Ingenuity and History as a Resource for Sustainable and Low Carbon Energy. That's the message. So in terms of presentation, it will be the experience both of our public institution and private companies in this field.
What we try to convey with the Italian pavilion is that the Italians are pretty well known for luxury good, for the gastronomy, for the pizza, for the pasta lovers. But beside this, we have a very thriving technological sector, and we are one of the most energy-saving economies in the world.
The Italian Expo Pavilion. Main theme, history and ingenuity. Total area, 900 square meters. Located in C1.3-2 block. Consists of 4 sections: Antonio Pacinotti Square, Italy of Energy; Enrico Fermi Square, Energy of Italians; Alessandro Volta Square, Energy of Territory, the Italians; and the Leonardo da Vinci Square, Energy of Ingenuity. The Italian pavilion at the Astana Expo consists of 4 main sections. They are made to resemble spacious squares called the piazzas in Italy. The 4 piazzas in the pavilion are named after 4 Italian scientists who made tremendous contribution to the development of science across the world. The first square is named after Antonio Pacinotti, Italian physicist of the 19th century, who is best known for inventing an improved form of direct current electrical generator, or dynamo. This section is also known as Italy of Energy. Enrico Fermi, Italian physicist and creator of the world's first nuclear reactor, was honored in the name of the next piazza, also referred to as the Energy of the Italians. The famous Leonardo da Vinci symbolizes the energy of ingenuity in the 3rd piazza, and the last Alessandro Volta Square presents the concept of the energy of the Italian land. The total area of the pavilion is 900 square meters.
I think it's big enough for us to show a good chunk of the Italian history, the Italian nature, and the Italian present as far as the energy is concerned, in the Italian future. So it's around 900 meters. The concept for the Italian pavilion is ingenuity and history. Italians have had in the history shown that we can thrive economically using a very limited amount of natural resources. So our pavilion tried to explain the way Italians live, the Italian approach to nature, to history, to economy.
I think it will be a combination of historical research in renewables that started already in the 50s with hydropower, and which is still quite important, to the new to the presentation of the startups by young researchers. The whole idea is, let's say, a permanent route from history to future. So what we did and what the best ideas for the future.
The Italians, we are pretty well known worldwide that they are individualistic. The reality is there is no single answer to the challenges that we face in our societies. So the Italians have had this way of approaching the same problem with many different perspectives. Italians, we have developed hundreds of different ways of how to be energy efficient. For instance, in the 70s, we did have the oil shock. The price of energy went up to the roof. So Italians, since then, have developed one of the most cost-effective and energy-saving economic model in the world.
The famous Italian architect Paolo Desideri designed the Italian Pavilion. He's also the author of the design of the Astana Opera, the architectural and cultural gem of Kazakhstan's capital. His designer bureau, ADBR, has designed many landmark buildings in different countries, including the new Theatre of Opera di Firenze, the Tiburtina train station in Rome, and the Ayman municipality headquarters in the United Arab Emirates.
Architect is a very famous architect. They did the project of the opera here, Astana Opera. So it's the same studio. That's why also we were chosen, because we have an experience of Kazakhstan and Astana.
We were really lucky to have one of the best architectural firms that we have in Italy, actually one of the most important architectural firms that we have in Europe, that here in Astana has designed the National Opera. No? They have done a very wonderful job. It's a sort of experiential path in which the visitor will be accompanied through various squares to various moments of Italian history, technology, energy, and the future.
The Italian Pavilion presents the best of the country's know-how and energy technologies. Leading energy companies of Italy are taking part in the exhibition.
In the Italian Pavilion, we did present, or we tried to present, a group of Italian companies, exactly trying to express that we have big companies, small companies, medium companies. In our pavilion, it's present Enel. Enel is the most important company we do have in Italy as far as the electricity is concerned. Enel was the first company in the world developing hydrothermic energy. Now, Italy now is a leading country in Europe in the photovoltaic generation, and this is the kind of experience we try to share with our Kazakh friends.
We have both some big companies like ENI, that you know very well, working here in Kazakhstan, and Enel, which is our energy public company, plus some big research institutes like ENEA. ENEA is specialized in research on nuclear energy and also the other renewables. In terms of companies, we don't have, we have basically companies brought by regions. Every week we'll have a different region in our pavilion, and each region will lead a business delegation.
Then we have ENI, which is the oil giant, and they too have developed very energy-saving procedure, and how to get to the oil, to the crude that is underground with very respectful technologies. No? We have Assolombarda. It is an industrial association based in Milan that represents 12% of the Italian GDP, where they have hundreds of companies being specialized in energy-saving activities.
Aside from technologies, the Italian Pavilion showcases the Italian lifestyle and culture. The pavilion is children-friendly, and people with disabilities will have no problem visiting the venue. Moreover, some parts of the venue change every week, making the pavilion interesting for visits more than once.
We have tried to create an environment in which every 1 or 2 weeks regions will change, so that always something new coming in. 2 squares will be used by the region. So, for instance, let's pretend that one region bring a piece of art of its best museum for 2 weeks. Then the following week is going to be the other region trying to outbeat the previous region, presenting something else. So in order to have something fresh, something new to add in the pavilion every 1 or 2 weeks.
In our pavilion, we keep a corner just for an art object, no? So not only energy, but something very iconic, symbolic.
Within our pavilion, there's a major square because we try to represent Italy through an experiential visit, no? And we have developed the concept of various square because Italians like to spend time in public square. The biggest square has in one corner one small bar, trying to pretend to have a kind of an Italian atmosphere, and that Italian bar will present the usual thing that we Italians normally tend to drink when we are with friends: espresso, cappuccino, Campari.
The Italian cultural program will naturally be rich with opera performances. The famous Operalia, the international opera competition, will be held in Astana in mid-July. Operalia was founded by the legendary Placido Domingo to discover and honor young opera singers. The maestro himself will conduct the performances during the 4 stages of the competition. Italy will have its National Day on the 1st of September. Celebrations will feature performances by probably the most famous opera house in the world, Teatro alla Scala, commonly known as La Scala.
I think the most important venue is the one that has the La Scala di Milano on board. No? In September the 1st we will have the National Day, and with the National Day we will have the best opera we have here in Italy, is La Scala di Milano, and they will perform for various days here in Astana. This to touch the intellectual part of the Kazakh public.
The Italian theatre will present its production of the Falstaff opera at the Astana Opera House. Those Expo visitors who prefer popular music to other genres may want to consider going to Eros Ramazzotti's concert in August.
Per toccare la felicità. Una terra promessa, un mondo diverso, dove crescere i nostri pensieri. Noi non ci fermeremo, non ci stancheremo di cercare il nostro cammino.
Youngsters, they may probably find more interesting to go and see the Eros Ramazzotti concert. But these are the stars of the cultural event that we are planning for Expo. But then we have many smaller events specifically targeted to the different part of the Kazakh community.
Both Salvatore Parano, the Kazakhstan-Italy Trade Chamber head, and Stefano Ravagnan, Italian ambassador to Kazakhstan, believe that the Expo will strengthen the economic and cultural ties between the two countries.
Kazakhstan has a tremendous potential in the agricultural sector, and Italians have developed the high-precision assemblers that increase dramatically the productivity of the field. So the Italian sector, industrial sector, and the Kazakhstan industrial and agricultural sector, it's a perfect marriage that can happen. And this is what we try to do with the pavilion, to give an idea that we can do things together and benefit both.
What I expect, well, I think any expo is, what is nice from an expo is that you have a platform, the idea of a platform, no? So nothing compared to a fair or kind of just presentation. Platform meaning meetings, meaning people from different countries coming out of curiosity. So what I expect is, of course, for Kazakhstan to be on the scene, for our people to better know this country, for our business people to meet Kazakh and not only counterparts, but from a region like from Uzbekistan, China, different region of China, Russia. So really a window on a new world for many of them.
Italians, we are world leader on the number of small, medium-sized companies going abroad. Last year, more than 215,000 Italian companies exported, more than 90% small and medium. We have more than 150,000 companies exporting small and medium than any other of our competitors. We see an opportunity here nowadays in Central Asia, in Kazakhstan, to have a thriving small and medium-sized sector. And we do have not just a small and medium-sized company, but we also have the technology provider for small and medium-sized. Some of our competitors are really effective and tremendous for big companies. But how to serve a small and medium companies, Italians, we know how to do it. So we are ready and willing to share our knowledge with a Kazakh friend, particularly on the energy sector.
I think both sides. From one side, it's better know this country, which is starting now the process of green economy. So there are many opportunities, business opportunities, but I would say also scientific opportunities. There's a lot of knowledge to be shared, and of course, it's a priority for your government to move to this green economy, which is not an easy task, of course, because you are so rich in oil, but it's not our case. So from one side it's this, to better know the chances and opportunities. And from the other side, what I expect is a success in all the collateral events. I refer in particular, for example, Women for Expo. You know, this was very successful in Milano. I know that there's a group also here of very active women. So we'd like to have together some initiatives, children, students. There are some big delegation of students coming during Expo. So not only economy, let's say, but all what is around that.
Italy hosted the World's Fair in 2015. The main theme of the Expo Milano was Feeding the Planet, Energy for Life, encompassing technology, innovation, culture, traditions, and creativity related to sustainable and energy-efficient food production. The Italian officials are positive that Astana has all it needs to ensure this year's Expo becomes as successful as the Expo Milano.
I think the important is, and part of the success in Milano was to have all the town involved, you know? As I said, I listened also during this conference, it's important not to have an isolated site, but to have all the town feeling its own event. And that's important. In Milano, there were many events held out of the site Expo, connected. So as here, I know the Akimati is preparing some events. So there should be a very positive interaction in and out of Expo. That's important.
The Italian ambassador has lived in Astana for over 2 years. He loves the city not despite, but for its cold winters. He's happy to see Astana grow and become the center of global attention this summer.
Let's say that after 2.5 years in Astana, I'm very satisfied living here. No problem with the cold weather at all. Because I see a city which is daily growing, you know. Expo is part of that, of course, but not only. So you feel this energy, and this is what I like most. So really, I just wish that this event will fulfill the expectations in terms really, I'd say also of human contacts. Now this is most important. Of course, economy, of course, image, but also a platform, a chance to meet in different children, women, business people, all of that. No, this is, I think, the best heritage from Milano was that. So many people from different places having a chance to enjoy together and also to get enriched from what we saw. So I hope the same here, that people in so many pavilions will get out with something, some curiosity, something they didn't know, they couldn't imagine, and at the same time meeting people from far away, let's say,